Rochester police are investigating another homicide in the city.
Leading off our Sunrise Smart Start, officers say they found a man dead at the corner of Pardee Street and Joseph Avenue last night. Erica DeCoste is live at the Public Safety Building this morning with more on the investigation. Erica, good morning.
Good morning. Well, it happened just after 7 o'clock yesterday evening. Police responded to the report of shots fired. They didn't give any specific details on age of the man or if he was a resident of the city or not, and no suspects are in custody. This is the 6th homicide in the city for 2022, and for this incident, New York State Police responded in addition to RPD. We're told they were first on scene. The portion of the roadway was blocked off for a few hours and has since reopened, and the investigation is handed over to Major Crimes Unit. We will be following up with police later today and be giving you the latest developments as soon as we get them right here on News 8. In Rochester, Erica DeCoste, News 8.
All right, Erica, thank you for the live update. We'll update this story as well online. Find new details at rochesterfirst.com. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says changes are needed at the U.S. Postal Service. The senator is pushing for a Senate vote this week on a bill that's described as $50 billion and an overhaul of the service. It requires the post office to run 6 days a week as opposed to the current 5, and creates an online database where people can track delays.
There's been an attack on the Postal Service by the right wing over the last 10 or 15 years, starving it of funds. Look, let's face it, the post office is one of the most important institutions and most hallowed institutions in American life. To starve it, to squeeze it, so it can't do its job makes no sense.
Well, in 2020, 43% of voters cast their ballots by mail. Each year, Social Security sends some 350 million notices through the mail as well.
Well, James, later this week we could hit 50 degrees potentially, but right now we're sitting at a beautiful 8 degrees.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Usually we swing downward quicker than we swing upward, but maybe the opposite. 8 degrees right now, yep, feels like -5, but the wind direction important here out of the southwest. That tells me we're going to continue to warm up. Next 24 hours, we climb into the mid-20s today. And guess what? We're in the mid-20s by this time tomorrow morning. And we get eventually into the 40s. And as Ellie mentioned, 50 by Thursday. That comes with rain, though. We'll take a look at the 8-day as well as a glance at the bus stop forecast at the end of the show. Mark?
James, thank you. Let's take a look at roads once again with our sunrise traffic. And traffic starting to build in just a little bit along 390. You see the red taillights there. So a little bit of slowing by Brooks Ave, but all in all, still things moving along nicely. No accidents to report on 490 or 590 as well. Now to the latest on COVID-19. One local hospital system is getting some help from military personnel.
2 Air Force medical teams from the U.S. Department of Defense arrived in Rochester to assist staff at Strong Memorial Hospital over the weekend. This to help with the hospital's ongoing response to COVID-19. The Air Force teams include approximately 40 clinical personnel and support staff. Back in January, FEMA had agreed to deploy military medical teams to Strong. Currently, over 400 people are hospitalized with COVID in our Finger Lakes region.
Local school districts are preparing for more potential changes when it comes to New York's masking guidance. Last week, the indoor mask mandate was lifted for businesses. However, masks are still required in healthcare settings and schools. Governor Hochul says she will revisit that decision for face coverings for students coming up in March after next week's February school break.
As we look to make that transition, which all of us want to do, we do have to make sure that we're not compromising the health and safety of our students and our staff members.
If those decisions are reached, we can do some prep time ahead of time to make sure that our community members who still want their children to wear masks, or employees who still want to wear masks, you know, how do we make that happen for them as well? And so we just need a little bit of time for that.
Well, since the beginning of February, Monroe County has averaged 208 new COVID cases each day. Ontario County about 45 a day. That according to the State Department of Health.
All of this comes as the FDA has paused its review of Pfizer shot for kids 5 months to 6 years old. The agency making that announcement last Friday. FDA officials say new data must be evaluated before any decisions are made. Pfizer's plan show children as young as 6 months up to 5 years will have a 3-dose regimen. Each shot 1/10 the dose given to adults. One local pediatrician says a decision may be delayed as COVID cases continue to decline.
The FDA initially invited Pfizer to submit. It was not Pfizer's intent initially to submit that early. But in complying with the FDA request, and because Omicron was surging, we felt like we needed maybe to try to do something sooner rather than later. There's always the need. The need is going to be there while the virus is with us. However, the balance of making sure we move forward deliberately, we're at that point now where we can wait and be absolutely deliberate about it.
In a statement, Pfizer officials said it expects the data from the 3rd dose by early April, but as far as full approval goes, it will be several weeks for health authorities and the FDA to review and publicly vet those results.
Well, the superintendent of the Geneva City School District is stepping down after the school board says allegations against her are unfounded. Back in September, Dr. Patricia Garcia was placed on temporary leave. We're told the complaint was related to Garcia's, quote, management of personnel. An external investigation was then launched, which revealed the claims against Garcia were not credible.
The Genesee County Sheriff's Office is currently investigating after a robbery led to a police chase. Deputies say 65-year-old Dwayne Hamill robbed a business in Pembroke. An employee at the store then followed Hamill in their vehicle, leading to an altercation on the side of the road. Hamill then allegedly stole a rifle and the employee's vehicle keys and continued south into Wyoming County, where a chase ensued with police. He was later taken into custody and is facing grand larceny and criminal possession of a weapon charges. He was arraigned yesterday and is due back in court next month.
Buffalo's McKinley High School will welcome students back for in-person classes this week after a shooting and stabbing there sent 2 people to the hospital. School officials are also planning to increase security after a 14-year-old was stabbed in the leg and a 27-year-old security guard was shot during an altercation involving multiple students last week. Buffalo police say they have a 17-year-old student in custody for that shooting. Last week, police announced an arrest of a different 17-year-old in connection with the stabbing. All right, here's what some folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Movie lovers can cast their own ballots for this year's Academy Awards.
Ooh.
Twitter users can vote for their favorite film using the hashtag OscarsFanFavorite, or anyone can vote at OscarFanFavorite.com. The film that receives the most fan votes by March 3rd will be recognized during the Oscar ceremony later on March 27th. 3 people who cast votes will be selected to win a trip to LA and present an Oscar during next year's ceremony.
I may have to take part in this. That sounds really fun. As someone who loves the Oscars.
Nice. Roll out the red carpet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's. I feel like I got to get back on the movies. Allie, you said you used to watch all the movies that were nominated for the Oscars.
I tried to, yep, and I still have to watch the one that was up for the most awards, The Power of the Dog, I think it was. So my husband and I are going to get to that soon.
There you go, on the list. Yeah, I tried to watch a movie with Mason, 1-year-old, last week, and he gets 10 to 15 minutes. He'll look at the TV, but it's, I want off the couch, I want to toss toys in the air, and didn't happen.
Do more fun things.
Yeah.
I feel like Mason sometimes.
You're right, 15 minutes and just get me out of there. Well, hopefully we've got some warmer air on the way, at least for this morning. We're starting off with some clear skies. Just a beautiful view right now over Canandaigua Lake on your screen. Now, this is twilight. We've still got about 15 minutes until official sunrise. 8 degrees, wind chill -5, very similar to yesterday morning, but we don't have the snow. Snow showers stay likely well to the north along Lake Ontario. And you see that warm up. We get into the mid-20s this afternoon, and then we climb. 8-day forecast. Wednesday, it's breezy. We climb into the upper 40s, then around 50, maybe even low 50s with rain. A lot of melting on Thursday as well. And we will certainly be tracking the flood threat. 6 inches of snow on the ground. That's going to melt on top of the rain. something to be concerned about by the end of the week.
A roller coaster of a week. Thank you, James, and thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.